Hi, and welcome back to the tiny tropical garden. Now it's late October here in Dorset and the garden is still pushing out as many blooms as it can. But there's no doubt the nighttime temperatures are plummeting. So last week I showed you how I take in my cannas, my bananas and my colocaceas. So in this week's video, I'm going to show you how I bring in some of my more tender begonias, as well as some plants that are considered houseplants and a succulent that I don't think I've actually shown you growing in the garden this year. Now let's start with this oddball begonia. It's rare to find begonias with this colour leaf that claim to be hardy in the UK. This is a relatively new cultivar and it's called Begonia Angel's Blush. Now, although the breeders claim this is hardy to around 0 degrees, I don't want to take the risk because I really like this plant and this is the only one I've got. So if I lift it and protect it over winter, I should be able to take cuttings and increase my plant stock. I've just potted it up into 9cm pots in multi-purpose compost and I'll grow this on indoors throughout the winter so that there's plenty of cutting material when spring comes around. Next on my list of tender begonias is this Begonia luxurians, which is a really exotic cane-forming begonia. And all cane-forming means is that it can actually grow really long, thick, sturdy stems, so it can grow to be quite a large plant. This one's still just a little baby, and I almost lost it at the start of the year, and I don't want to risk it again, so I am definitely going to lift it and pot it on to protect it through winter, and to see if I can grow it to a better size next year. Again, I've just potted this begonia up into a reused 9cm pot using multi-purpose compost, and I'll grow it on through winter. Now I don't have a greenhouse or any fancy garden structures, so these are all coming indoors and they'll live on windowsills and on cabinets and any space I can find. That's all of my tender begonias lifted. I've also had this lovely tender schefflera in the garden, also known as the umbrella plant. As I mentioned last week, this plant means a lot to me because I grew it from a cutting of my grandparents' plant. So each year I put it out and it grows strong in the sunlight and rainwater, but then I bring it in for winter and have it as a house plant just to keep it safe. Oh yeah, and that succulent. This is Aeonium tabuliform, which is a really nice succulent. It's been growing at the top of the stream, but it does not like the wet and cold, so I'm also going to bring this in. It's looking a bit mucky after being potted up, but I'll soon clean it up. And it's left a big gap at the top of the stream, but this whole area is looking a mess, and I really want to re-look at it next year, as well as some other big changes for the tiny tropical garden. And some of those changes will include growing exotic edibles, as well as looking at some of the principles of permaculture and combining that with an ornamental garden. Be sure to hit subscribe if you want to stay updated on this, and comment below and give me your ideas and opinions. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and now I'm going to go inside and find as many horizontal surfaces as I can to start stashing these plants for winter. See you next time!